Why is WoW Classic Hardcore so addicting? This is a question I've been asking myself recently, and I've started to pay attention to all the reasons why I enjoy Hardcore WoW.
I don't know, Hardcore brings back the experience and the excitement you had playing WoW when you were 12.
For a long time, my WoW journey has been consumed by chasing in-game titles such as Gladiator, Mythic Plus Hero, or Cutting Edge. All these titles require consistent min-maxing on an elite level, and they eventually cause me to burn out. The problem with being a title-chasing in-game Andy is that when you finally achieve these titles, you've usually achieved them without enjoying your journey at all. You spend hundreds of hours pulling your hair out, consistently trying to find new teammates to enjoy the journey with, but ultimately it never happens. After all, why do you think me and Asmongold are so bald now? In Hardcore WoW, the main objective is to level up without dying. When you put all of your focus into just staying alive, it kind of goes against the current min-max race to in-game culture that we've created over the past 20 years. Because of the simple nature of the game Hardcore WoW, it brings back all the core elements of WoW that we enjoyed as kids. After comparing my retail journey to Hardcore Classic, it brought me to the question, does simple equal win? Helping people who are low HP finish off mobs or buffing people when you run into them is a great way to make new friends. After all, if you help others, good will come back to you, right? Every piece of gear you get in Hardcore has amplified joy because it can mean the difference between life or death for you. Secondary skills are incredibly important again. Hardcore WoW makes you play the game to its full potential because you want to take advantage of anything that can help to keep you alive. Because you only get one run in each dungeon, it makes the rare items that you get when leveling even more special. I feel like an absolute boss running around in my Scarlet Monastery tabard because almost nobody else has it. This kind of brings back that feeling I had when I was a kid standing in Orgrimmar looking up to someone who had the full tier 1 set before anyone else did. And this brings me back to the main reason why I love Hardcore WoW and why I think it's so addicting. Risk versus reward.
Grouping as hardcore is exhilarating.
This is something you'll be doing in almost every step you take in Hardcore WoW. Every situation, you have to evaluate and calculate the risk versus reward of the outcome. Some encounters such as caves or killing elite mobs can be a huge gamble, and who doesn't love gambling? If we're being honest, some of you still play retail because you want to see what you get out of the box every week. Why do that when you can gamble with almost every step you take in Hardcore Classic?
Everybody lock in level 25. Be careful. Bro!
No shot! Czar!
Bro! I'm aggro, man! I'm aggro, dude! It spawned on me!
The slower you take it, the more advantageous it can be. Getting rested XP will lower your risk so you can level up quicker and you're not under-leveled going into a new zone. No rushing equals good MMO? Just ask Final Fantasy players if you don't believe me. One thing I love about the hardcore community is that even though it's a self-found adventure, there's so many other people running around living their separate journeys, but you all have the same goal. So it doesn't really feel like you're playing alone. It's a place where toxicity almost doesn't even exist. Unless you're competing for boss mobs in the starter zones, then it gets a little bit dark there. But besides that, there's no real race to endgame, and you can duo or trio with friends. My dungeon groups even turn off auto loot in case the gray items on the mobs are better than somebody's current gear. And there's no real way to beat World of Warcraft, yet in hardcore, I feel like as long as I'm alive, I'm winning. If you're fortunate enough to make it to endgame, there's a guild called Hardcore Elite that you can join. It's a guild full of players looking to help each other get geared up so they can clear in-game content without dying. And opposite of retail, you'll actually cheer every time someone in your guild gets a piece of gear because you know how hard they've worked to get there. They earned it just by making it there. It's not some boosted account who died 15 seconds into the pool, got carried, and then they won the loot. But a few things that Hardcore WoW doesn't have: level boosters, pay-to-win players, and because there's no mailbox, auction house, and no trading allowed, the gold spammers don't even bother to show up. I can honestly say this makes the world feel more immersive again. In conclusion, I think simple does equal win. And I'm all in with the risk versus reward meta of Hardcore WoW. But I'm curious, what do you think the secret of why Hardcore WoW is so addicting? Comment below if you agree with me or if you think it's something else. Either way, I look forward to seeing you in the world. Stay alive out there.
I freaking love World of Warcraft, man.